Behind me is the burial place. See that big booth? It's the burial place of Rav Usher Freund. Rav Usher Freund was a Rav that lived 18 years ago. He passed away Motzei Yom Kippur. He was a gigantic Tzaddik. He was known for his love for people in our community, Jews in our community, that no one really wants to have anything to do with. The crazy ones, the poor ones, the sick ones, the mentally unstable ones, the divorced ones, all the people in our communities that we'd rather stay away from, that we'd rather not have at our Shabbos tables or in our shuls or in our communities, people that talk to themselves, people that are severely poor and they really are dysfunctional in many, many ways. He was their Rebbe. He was the one that saw past it. And while I was davening in there, I had a realization that oftentimes we cannot look at other people's dysfunctionality or pain or dirt or their lack of having it together, because what it does to us is that it highlights our own dysfunctionality, and no one wants to know their own dysfunctionality. No one wants to know their own shame. So they bring out our shame. They make us feel what we see in them makes us feel something in ourselves, and that's a rule of thumb, right? Anyone that sees the blemish of his fellow Jew, it's because he has the same blemish in him on some level or another. And what Rav Usher did is that he himself had no shame. So he was able to see past their dysfunction, able to see past their poverty, able to see past their problems, able to see past they're crazy. He was able to see the neshama. He was able to see the person, the pain inside of the person, the trauma that the person went through, the abuse that the person went through, and that brought him to this situation in his life, as opposed to, like, a lot of us just turn a blind eye to these things because they make us feel very uncomfortable, because it brings up in us the things that we don't like about ourselves so much. I don't like to look at my dysfunction. I don't like to see the areas of my nefesh where I feel like that, look like that, act like that. I don't want to do that. And this person makes me uncomfortable because I'm uncomfortable with those parts of myself that I would like to keep under, because I'm shameful of those things in myself. So these people make me feel that shame. And so therefore I would want to have as least possible to do with them, and to have them not near me or bring up that in me. And the Gedolim, the Tzaddikim, Rav Usher Freund was known for this, that he was their Rebbe. He was their Rebbe. Just like in Poland, the Baal Shem Tov was the Rebbe for all the thieves. The thieves would come to him. He was the thieves' Rebbe, because he was able to see past their transgresses and past their wrongdoings. He was able to see the neshama and the person, and that's the only way he was able to bring them back and have them stop doing what they're doing. Oftentimes we tell people, stop doing what you're doing the wrong thing, you're not acting right, and us pointing at what they're doing wrong pushes them further into doing that. It makes them act that way even more, because you're judging me, you're not accepting me, you don't love me, you don't see me, and that's all you can see, my wrongdoings. And when you put the focus on what your child, your husband, your friend, people in your life are doing right, and take the focus off of the things that are harmful that they're doing, and the things that are not good that they're doing, but you put the focus on what they're doing right, you will see that they will shine and they will come forth. And that is what made Rav Usher such a tremendous, tremendous neshama in this world, that he was able to see people that had problems and not judge them based on their problems or based on their dysfunction or based on what they're not doing right. He was able to see them and love them and help them and not turn a blind eye from them. So that's the message for today.